ice tonight than last night? What was the big difference for that?
I thought our effort was better. Why was our effort better? I can't totally answer that. I feel like our guys felt like they let an opportunity get away yesterday, and we focused on today's opportunity, not atoning for yesterday. You're not making amends for yesterday. That's somewhere, Ryan, on the list, but I didn't want that to be the top of the list. I wanted them to take advantage of the opportunity to play a game. That's what today was.
And how's that been kind of key for you guys this year? You're like 7-1 this year on games after you've lost or tied a game.
I think the group is they don't want to accept what happened yesterday, and they want to make it better. And you know, you think back of Mankato, you think back at you obviously here, Ohio State. You know, those that come to mind. I mean, even last weekend at Tech, I think our guys realize that they let an opportunity slip away, and they want to make it better. Sorry.
As coaches, did you have to say much to them, or did the players taking ownership?
Yeah, I haven't said much to the collective group, Kevin, as far as yelling and screaming. I mean, today was a stern meeting, but there was a bunch of individual meetings that we had where we talked about needing more from people. And I thought from some of those people we got more, and then some of the guys we put in terms of the opportunity, they took advantage of it tonight. I thought some guys played well.
When you make changes like that, Coach, is that meant to be a signal to people, or I mean, what?
It's meant to be. I think our program is at a place where you don't live up to the expectations that you've set for yourself. There's accountability. In the past, that accountability's been you come off the power play, you don't kill penalties, you play less. Now, with the depth that we have, the accountability is you come out of the lineup. That internal competition, it has to bring out the best in you as an individual. And I don't know if the word warning is fair, but they're all aware of the situation that we're in. Whether that's an individual standpoint or a collective standpoint, you have to play to your level and do what you do no matter what, or somebody else will get that opportunity. And it's not necessarily about, are you doing that bad? It's about, what are you doing? What are you bringing to the table? What is your impact on a day in, day out basis? And if your impact is just okay, well, we have guys that can do, we have guys that deserve a chance. If your impact is really good, then you'll keep getting rewarded. And we find with 20-year-old boys, 20-year-old young guys, if they're wired right, you'll see a change. And it's not a black to white change, it's this much. And but then you give a guy like Ben Greiner a chance, you give a guy like Brett DeAndre a chance, they may run away with the opportunity now you don't get it back. That's the risk you take by doing it your way. If you do it our way and get to your level, you get rewarded for that. And then you can say, I'm sorry, he's just a better player. I spent some time with Dave Clausen at the end of his time here, and that's what they talked about, is that internal competition is what helped get their program to where it is today. And we didn't have it, we have it. And it's going to get better. And next year we're going to have more competition, and so on and so on. You see what's happening in goal. The competition is bringing out the best in them. We want to have that depth and that competition at all three positions.
You know, that was exactly where I was going to go. With what did you think about Burke's play tonight? And is that, and I guess the answer is yes, is that a focus on...
Tommy Burke has got gamer in him, and we all know that. We've seen it for 3 years. I mean, you tell him he can't do something, and he's going to do it. You tell him he's a third-string goalie, and 3 weeks later he's the number one. You know, I don't think he had much work the first or third, but it seemed like they had more than 6 shots in the third period. But that's the number. They really had a hard push the last 10 minutes of the second. Good, and you know, you have to take your hat off to that team. That team has played from behind a bunch this year, and they didn't quit, and they pushed really hard. I think it was about the last 10 minutes, 14 shots in the second period. I was really happy with the way we killed penalties in the third. I didn't like some of those calls, but not the calls. I didn't like the decisions on our part. But to only give up six shots in the period was pretty good. And I thought overall Tommy played well. And he only let up 1 goal. He got the win. That's good stuff.
Any other questions?
Yeah, you mentioned a little bit about the penalty kill. I mean, what was it? I guess it's the same old, isn't it? Just keep doing things well.
Yeah, and it's I've said this before, John. I feel like we're on the same page. You can see the way we are with some of our puck retrievals and making teams earn the zone, and we're where we're supposed to be, and kind of anticipating off each other, and it's a cohesive group, and that's the way we want to kill. We want to be aggressive, but the only way you can be aggressive on the kill is if you're all on the same page and you're kind of playing together, or it looks choppy, and ultimately that aggressiveness can work against you. I thought their power play did a much better job tonight than they did last night, and I thought our kill did a really good job. I think they were 0 for 3 last night or something, but they didn't have much zone time. They had zone time. Tonight they had zone time. They were getting pucks towards the net, and I thought our kill did a nice job of being where they're supposed to be, and the opportunities we had to get pucks down the ice, we did that. So I'm happy with the penalty kill. I mean, we won the special teams battle tonight. I think it was, we were 1 for 4, they were 0 for 5, and you win hockey games when you win the special teams battle. It's that simple.
I was going to say the goal you had was, I think the power play was the second one, but even on the last power play, their goalie made some big saves.
Yeah, their goalie made some good saves, and we knew coming into the weekend that he was a guy that could steal a game, and he didn't need to. Obviously, last night we didn't play great, and tonight he made some really big saves. I think tonight he kept it. He kept it at 3-1 and did a nice job that way. I wasn't unhappy with our power play. I was happy with our power play. To get the one goal, Ben Murphy's good enough where he can beat goalies one-on-one like that. You don't really need to be overly fancy when you can shoot the puck like Ben can. The power play is a constant. We had a power play goal last night. We had a power play goal tonight. We keep chipping away at power play goals. I mean, obviously we didn't like the shorthanded goal last night, but the special teams, obviously the next 12 games and into the playoffs, hopefully for us, are going to be a huge part of how well we do.
And I guess the last thing for me, you say, making some changes. Do you like, I guess at this point where the season, like the different lines that you have and certain things that jump out that you really like? Maybe something that jumped out tonight?
No, the things that jump out to me tonight would be DeAndrea's line with Tate and Griner, because DeAndrea and Griner didn't play last night, and then you put an older guy like Brent Tate, who's had some success at this level with those guys. They score a goal, or Brent makes a good play, Brent goes in, that gets rewarded. We're looking, and I think there's chemistry within our group that don't have to play on the same line all the time to have chemistry. We're looking for individuals to elevate, and again, it's not to go from black to white. It's go up this much. It's decide to raise your level on a daily basis, and happy to see some guys take advantage of an opportunity tonight. So that's what we're happy about. We go back to work Monday.
When you Brent Tate gets drilled from behind, I'm not going to ask about the penalty, but Griner comes in, maybe to stir things up, but then Tate gets up, and in the ultimate irony, he's kind of a peacemaker.
Yeah.
Is there a maturity you've seen in Brent?
There's a maturity in Brent, Kevin, because he wants it really bad. And when you call him out for taking a poor penalty, which we have in the past, it bothers it bothers him, and he will change. That's a play in junior where Brent gets up and there's gloves everywhere and helmets everywhere, and so yes, there's change, but it's just based on a decision. I mean, Brent is a fiery guy, and I think you're right. There's irony there that Griner's come at his defense, and Brent becomes the hey, no, let's stay out of this. But yeah, there's maturity there, but again, it's because how much Brent cares.
Any other questions? All right, thank you.